I know you feel alone. Your heart is heavy, happiness unknown. Sometimes you need someone to make you think that better things will come. I may not always be there every day, but I'll try to be the one who helps you feel okay. I'll try. Do you want to be more? But emptiness can make you feel unsure. So come with me and soar. I'll make it feel like you've not felt before. I may not always help in every way, but I'll try to be the one who makes things less mundane. I'll try. I'll try. I could be the one to make it come undone. Could you open up to love, love?
Four, three, a two, and a one, and all the wing hugs in the world. All right, Icey family, how are we doing today? Welcome, everyone. Hopefully you guys had a good week. Mine was definitely busy. As you can see, I have been definitely busy on so many fronts when it comes to this podcast. So I've got a lot of explaining to do, but first let's welcome all you wonderful people in the chat room. We've got Train Man and we got Braden Manning. Welcome everyone, and to all the wonderful lurkers watching the stream as well. Again, we love our lurkers as well. So yeah, there's so much to talk about. So I'm excited to be back. There's a lot of cool things I kind of want to showcase. Let's say made some more leaps and bounds in the presentation of this podcast, and some decisions were made. I think it's good for the future of this particular podcast. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that this podcast is actually taking a little bit slight different name. Hello, Train Man. Welcome. Yes, hello. You're on the welcome screen there. And then, so first thing, if you guys haven't noticed, I have finally figured out how to do the chat highlights. It took me a while. It took a lot of YouTube tutorial videos to figure things out, but we have got it figured out. So that is a new feature, and as you can see, this new slide is a brand new feature because I kind of want to, in the future, just welcome you guys, be part of the stream as well. So this is kind of my chance to thank you guys and welcome all you guys to the channel while we just sit back, relax in my icy cave for a little bit, and then we'll go outside to either the station or to the rails. So yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of a theme, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But as you can see, the podcast has kind of changed names a little bit. So it went from the Icey Rail Podcast to the Icey Railway. Let me just make sure I got that right here, because yeah, the Icey Railway Podcast. And the reason for that change was because I have decided to combine both podcasts, the Icey Station Podcast and the Icey Rail Podcast, into one. And this was kind of just based off of the analytics, based off the views, based on just the interaction that I've been getting. And it's very clear to me that you guys want to see trains run. I mean, why not? I have a lot of videos, I have a lot of shorts just dedicated to trains running. And so the Icey Station Podcast will no longer be its independent podcast anymore. Now, it goes without saying, the whole purpose of that podcast was to bring in guests. So, Ray Run, you must be asking yourself, how in the world are you going to bring up guests now? Because, you wanted to have you guys part of the podcast. Well, I've got an answer for that too. So, another big change that I know you guys can't necessarily see, but what I have done is I've actually switched off from StreamYards and Streamlabs OBS, and now I have gone 100% back to OBS, and I'm using Video Ninja. And I tell you what, Video Ninja has completely revolutionized a lot of my presentation. I cannot wait to show you guys a lot of the things that I've done, and it still allows me to bring in guests in. Now, the only reason why I was hesitant at using Video Ninja was because before, if I remember correctly, it was only limited to 4 guests plus the host being 5. However, it looks like there is no longer a limit, and I think you bring up like almost the developer said that you can bring upwards of 30 guests, and so we're definitely going to try to stress test that a little bit more in the future. But I am loving the capabilities of Video Ninja. It actually gave me some other things that I can do, which was totally unexpected, and I cannot wait to showcase them for you guys today. So yeah, we have switched over to Video Ninja and OBS, which made more sense. Now I can combine the two because now I have a lot of scenes dedicated to bringing guests. Now, I probably won't bring guests on this show because I am still trying to figure things out behind the scenes, but probably starting with the Icey Railway 13 episode, we'll start bringing in guests and testing all those features out if you want to join. If not, I've got plenty of other scenes that I can showcase as well. So to the Icey Station Podcast is no more. It'll be combined into the Icey Railway, and the Icey Rails will also become the Icey Railway as well. That way it's one podcast. I can do everything all in one, and just behind the scenes, it just made sense to do this. So, but don't worry, the Icey Station is still here. It's just going to be part of this show. It's going to be kind of a segment of this podcast, but again, it's more of something I really wanted to do. So I am definitely excited for all the changes that we've done and the way going forward. And it'll continue to have the numbered episodes, so that way it won't be too much of a transition. But it was clear to me that you guys love the Icey Rails kind of podcast style, and so I brought it into the Icey Railway. So I am definitely excited about that. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and let's go into my layer a little bit. And welcome everyone again. I am your host, the Ice Dragon, Rayron VR. Welcome again. A lot of changes. But now we kind of, we're taking care of a little bit of housekeeping, but I do want to talk about a more serious topic. And it's something that's hard to present, especially when you learn to like these channels. And originally this title was going to be, the invasion of the GP30's scale trains, and that's kind of what I was going to say to, but I learned over this past week, unfortunately, it's tough to talk about, but I got to bring closure a little bit to something that I have announced a little bit earlier, and unfortunately, you guys won't know the third person, but unfortunately we've lost 3 model railroaders, or one person that was supporting the hobby and 2 other content creators here on the channel. Not this channel, I mean on YouTube as a whole. And I kind of just want to bring light to that, and I just want to bring awareness that, life is short, and so it is very, very unfortunate. The first person I knew from my old club, unfortunately passed away, was a huge supporter, and so, it more than likely I probably won't be able to make it to the funeral, but it hit close to home. And then a couple of days ago, I found out even more news, and I'll talk about this here. So let's head over to the station, and we'll talk about some of this news with that. So the first person I want to talk about is Bill Rogers. Now, if you guys follow me on this channel, I gave a shout out to Bill Rogers on my YouTube meet and greet that's happening over in Greeley, Colorado, and saying that, hey, if you want to get a good content creator that talks about and does video about model railroading, especially when it comes to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, this was a great channel. And in that video, I said, oh man, I haven't seen him do a new video in about 3 years. I hope everything's okay. Unfortunately, I just found out again, I am late to the ball game when it comes to this, but unfortunately, Bill Rogers actually passed away 3 years ago, which, man, it just saddens me because some of his videos is something that I inspired to be. His filmography skills was second to none. The video was clear, nothing was blurry, and he was able to follow the trains really well. And it just saddens me that we've lost this content creator, and it's just a freaking shame that we lost a good one. And then unfortunately, I also found out after Bill Rogers, like a day later, we unfortunately lost Daylight Dave as well. And this one hit me the hardest because I recently subbed to him about 6 months ago. I was following him on his content. He does a lot of Union Pacific stuff, which is is how I found his channel. I was just searching model UP stuff, and he had a lot of UP stuff. His latest video had a Kitachrome SP unit, which is the exact same as mine. I was very excited where he was going to go with that. And then, unfortunately, we found out that he unfortunately passed away. And this one hurt because he was a unique character, just one of those that you cannot replace. And I was every time a new video came out, he had that signature phrase of Daylight Dave, and it's just, it hurts, Each one of these channels, they're basically a canvas where people put their art, put their style, put their heart and soul into these videos and create art, essentially. And with them talking about the art, with them describing what they're doing, that they're basically giving us their story. And to think about, for these particular channels with Bill Rogers and Daylight Dave, we won't see the end of their stories. And it is heartbreaking, and my hearts and feelings and prayers goes out to those who actually knew these individuals in real life. But I wanted to give them a special shout out that, these 2 channels are really freaking good, and we lost them way too early. And it's very, very, very difficult to think about because they had such an impact, especially as me as a person, as me wanting to get better. And it's just tough that we lost these 2 channels so early. And these people so early. It's sad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put them into the chat here. Give them a sub. Look at all the good artwork that they made for us. And greener pastures to the both of these gentlemen. Because they did make an impact. They definitely made an impact on the hobby. And so there's the links. Again, very, very unfortunate. Again, I found out very late, but I just wanted to make sure that I highlight those two individuals. So, again, to start off on the bad news, but again, I had to do it. I just wanted to bring closure for those who didn't know, and so that way, and bring exposure to the channels of what they did do while on YouTube. So, all right. So with that, let's go ahead and go to some new things. So as you guys saw, let's go ahead and let me do this real quick. Okay, so as you guys saw, the Icey Station is going to be a segment in the Icey Railway Podcast, and the whole purpose of this is to basically, if you guys want to talk as a group, I can go ahead and bring this up, or if I do like news and things I want to talk about, like I normally do in the Icey Station podcast, I can do it right here, and we're good to go. So that's kind of another change that I did. The Icey Station is not going away; it's just going to be part of a segment, part of basically my story when it comes to this channel, just to give it some role playing a little bit, and just have a lot of fun. That's kind of what I want to showcase, and. It really had me thinking when we talk about stories, for this particular channel, what story am I telling? What do I want to give to you guys? And the big thing is, I have my mascot with the Icy Dragon, and you guys know that is generally my theme. And it's like, this is the Ice Dragon story. And what really inspired, the Icey Station, the Icey Railways, to really label these things the way I have, eventually where I want to go is get to the production level of basically Mr. Rogers. Now, not necessarily in the way of the education piece, just more of model railroading as a whole. And I've got a lot of plans for it. It's just going to take a little time to get the details right. But I think with the Icey Railway podcast that we got here and kind of the flow of how you guys kind of saw in the introduction today, it's a couple steps forward in the direction I want to go, and into telling that story, into showcasing that this is the greatest hobby in the world, and I want to tell a story just like that. So again, it'll take some time to formulate, but I'm excited to go down this path. But yeah, anyways, so let's go ahead and I will go into kind of another cool thing. All right, so let's do some unboxing, shall we? All right, so I've got one. Let's do a show. Let me switch scenes here. All right, so we've got one of the GP30s from Scale Trains over there. That is the Rio Grande with the billboard or the flying textile on the engine. I ran that at the Samurai Club yesterday, and I tell you what, it was fun, and I can't wait. I've done some more innovation with the camera train. I've got a lot that I cannot wait to show you guys, and kind of something else I need to talk about. So this week I've been having a daily video come out, and that's basically all my camera trains. And basically what happened was I tried to release one video a week, but the problem I was having was that all of my videos that I was doing was all of the camera train, which is fine up until the point that I got a brand new HD camera that I really want to showcase. And the problem is that you guys, with the one video a week, you guys wouldn't see that till like 2 or 3 months down the road. And I said, screw it. I've got a backlog of camera trains that I need to kind of get out. And so I was like, okay, we'll do a special week of camera train videos, and then hopefully we'll get back into a normal rotation. But I really want to get that HD camera kind of showcasing out to allow me to get, different varieties and experiments and just your guys' general reactions. So that's why I've been doing basically a video a week on the camera trains. I got a few more coming out, and then we'll start going into the HD camera. And you guys have kind of seen it a little bit with the mini rail fanning series as well. So can't wait to get that to you guys. So yeah, excited. But anyways, so we've got the trains that we're going to be running today is going to be the GP30s. I've got one right there already on the track, and then we got one to unbox, and we'll go ahead and program, and then we'll get it onto the camera train that is behind us. And with the train here, we got scale trains, and it is pulling the OVR, Otter Valley Railroad, trash gondola that they recently released, followed by the 2 new camera cars that you guys typically see on the camera train series, and then the 2 new fire train cars that I got from New Braunfels train show that I did 2 videos on that you can see in the past there. So cool. With that, we're going to go ahead and switch over to back to this camera. And I'm kind of going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so we'll do a little bit of unboxing. So again, I haven't touched this because I wanted to save it for the stream. This is a Chicago Northwestern GP30. And let's go ahead and open it. So first time on the channel. Brand new. It's got that new car smell and everything. Again, there she is. Alright, and then I typically don't keep these. Of course I miss. Again, I don't keep any of this extra stuff because the clamshell is so good in itself. Now, one thing that's interesting about the Chicago Northwestern, and you guys won't be able to see it, but it does have these horns on the side. I guess that was a Chicago Northwestern trademark. There we go. But there she is. I think it's got these little truck supporters that I'll just toss because I don't care for them. And then we'll pop out these sides here. All right. Wow. Yeah. This is nice. The detail is exquisite. So there she is. Number 817. All right, let me clean up here just a little bit. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to walk you through the process of programming and getting onto track in what I do. And so now, straight out of the box, brand new, I'm going to put it onto my programming track, and we're going to code it up. Sure, don't have any excess stuff I don't want. All right. Got to clean up just a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to do one thing real quick here. Yep, that's fine. Oh, no. All right. So let me just check one thing behind the scenes here. Awesome. Okay. All right. So there's a few things to talk about. All right. So for the first time, you guys are going to be able to see. I just got to find it. Welcome back to the Icey Station, where we are going to live program this Chicago Northwestern GP30. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my programming track so you guys can see it here. All right, that's not looking too bad. I know there's some lighting issues, but we'll work on it. So again, how am I doing this? So what's pretty cool is that Video Ninja gives me the capability to have a remote camera. Mystic, how are we doing? Yes, we do have the chat highlighter, and I'm excited. Yo, 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 how goes? So, brand new feature on the channel is that I'm going to be able to show you guys how I program on the channel. So, let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and go with new loco. And of course, there's a new window. Okay, I got to fix one thing real quick. We will get this right. There we go. And we probably have to adjust this just a little bit. Awesome. All right, so we got JMRI up. So let's go ahead and I'm going to retype from decoder. So basically what we're doing now, Mystic and everyone else who just joined, we opened up a brand new GP30 from Scale Trains. We are now programming it because I don't want it on 3. I actually want to set it on 817. Have I drinking Red Bull? No. So what ended up happening, again, this is one thing I forgot to explain when it comes to this whole new system. What I wanted to do on StreamYards by adding more cameras and the 1080p 60 FPS, I had to pay extra for it. And it's like I had to pay like almost $100 a month just to get the things that I'm doing right now. So I basically gave the middle finger to StreamYards. I gave the middle finger to Streamlabs OBS because they also wanted more money when it comes to quality. And I said, screw it. I'm going to dive into... Well, that too, yeah. New logo, yeah. A whole bunch of new things. Like, this is a kid in the candy store. We've got a whole new things going on. And I'm broadcasting a whole bunch of new things that I'm going to showcase here on the stream today. This is just the beginning. This is only the beginning, so stay tuned. We got a lot more to show. And I basically gave the middle finger to StreamYards and Streamlabs OBS. And what I decided, I'm going to go back to my roots and go back to OBS and use Video Ninja. And this is the result of it. Now, with Video Ninja, I have a wireless camera that I can put wherever I want. And I've also got an external old phone here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a second as well. Like I said, this right here with Video Ninja and having an external mobile camera, it's endless possibilities. Endless. It almost solved all of my problems, but not all. Not all. All right. So this GP30 unit has a yeah. Oh yeah. We're getting all Heath up in here. Blame Heath. Blame Heath. Okay, so this has a, and I'm not going to take too long on this. Like I said, I want to stay away from the technical stuff and just run trains, first and foremost. But we got to get this off of 3 onto 817, and so I'll kind of show you guys how I do it. So this has a Loxound 5 decoder. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select that. And then we're going to go ahead and open that up. Let's see here. Come on. This thing is definitely not cooperating. Come on. Okay. It's thinking. There we go. Okay. So now that we've got that, let me go ahead and get that so you guys can see it. All right, so now we've got, that's all the entries. Programming new loco. All right, so we got this guy. Again, I don't know how well you guys can be able to see this. Again, I'm still kind of experimenting with a few things. But at least we have that. Uh-oh. In service mode. Why are you doing this? Okay, anywho. Uh-oh. My JMRI is acting up. See, it never fails. I always have issues with ESUs. I'm pretty sure it's not the Loxound. I think it's my computer and me being... Yeah, I know. I clicked it too many times and now it's kind of going crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Hang on. Stand by. We'll get this. Okay, I think we got it. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to quickly program this. So what I'm going to do is this is my Chicago Northwestern GP30. Now, there's a billion ways to do this. I have a particular way of my library, so hang tight. And then we'll go from there. All right, scale trains. Look sound. ESU. Actually, it's look sound 5. All right, road name, Chicago Northwestern. Road number 817. Manufacturer, scale trains. Owner, Rayron VR. Oh, 100% agree. It is by far my new favorite 4-axle diesel. It has replaced my GP30. And especially this one from Scale Trains, the details are just insane. Like the attention to detail with each Pacific Railroad, like the Chicago Northwestern has the horns on the sides. Oh, absolutely. Oh, the high hood version. So is that the Pennsylvania Railroad? Because I think the PRR has, I think that as well. Or all of them, yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. If it's what I think. Thinkity think. Anyways, okay, model, obviously GP30. Now again, for this manufacturer, typically it'll probably be the manufacturer of the actual diesel itself, which will be EMD, but I do manufacture of who made my model. So it's all, you can do anything that you want with this. Southern Northwestern, okay, nice. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna save, hit Control Save. And then we're gonna go to basic. And then we're gonna go into the long, and then we're gonna type in 817. And then we're going to write changes on sheet. It was a marking scheme. Interesting. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Okay, so now we've got it programmed. You guys are able to see it. Let's go ahead and put it on the layout. So let's go ahead and pop on over to, we'll get out of our station and head over to Phoenix Point. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, I'm gonna see if this programming took before I start. So I'm gonna select 817. I'm gonna acquire it. Yes, and we've got movements. Awesome. So I'm gonna start up some sounds here. You guys probably won't be able to pick up, that's the next thing I really gotta figure out is how to pick up the sound so it won't echo. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this puppy into reverse. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop up the camera so you guys can kind of see a backup view of it. And what's cool about these GP30s, yeah, and I'm not sure if this is gonna pick up or not. It does have class lighting. So it's got white, it's got the green, it's got the red. And you see it kind of cycling there. There's the whites, there's the green, and then the red. Wow. All right, and I'm gonna stop. That's actually pretty cool that the camera height is high enough that we're basically like riding on top of the GP30. That's actually pretty legit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go forward. So now we are basically riding GP30. Now I kind of have to follow this train a little bit. because it's got some other neat features. Alright, let's hello BCF Parts. How you doing? Oop, and we're stuck. That's what I was afraid of. Why are we stuck? Alright. And then Mystic, I want to show you something. This is your idea, my friend. And I'm taking this on steroids in a few more videos as well. It's not there yet, but... So, brand new to the channel. Again, I am fire hosing you with all sorts of new ideas and concepts. Alright, you're gonna be a problem, aren't you? So now, I've got... Okay, I do have one problem, as you guys can see. Give me a hot minute. I need to switch out a flat car. Always technical difficulties. Always technical difficulties. Alright. Let's put you back. I'm not sure this is gonna work. If this works, I'll be amazed. Oh, wow. Yeah. Alright. I think we got it. Alright, sorry about that. Sometimes we incorporate technical difficulties that I had a truck that was giving me some problems and it finally wasn't going to work. So I had to find a few things. Okay, so again, Mystic, here's your idea, kind of in theory, and I want to say full concept, but this is conceptual. All four cameras pointing forward, backwards, left, and right. Probably the closest thing I'm going to get to a 360 view. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, I gotta fix this a little bit. We can do this. Yeah, I still gotta play with the highlighting a little bit. So yeah, now you can see me in the center. That's such an awkward. That's gonna be an awkward camera for me. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be weird to get used to. All right. So basically now I'm gonna go ahead and stop this before we have a collision. And let's go ahead and bring up the main camera. So there's our 180. Alright. I think we're still all steam forward here. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure my track is switched. There we go. Thank you. Again, we'll get there. Little by little, we'll get there. Okay, so this first train going by is the GP30 Rio Grande, along with the OVR Trash gondola, followed by 2 cars that you'll see coming up in future videos. And then we've got probably my favorite cars here, the Fire Patrol SP, handcrafted. Other way. So that is train number 1. And we'll speed up GP30s. All right, and we'll bring it to focus. Let's go ahead and bring up 817, the Chicago Northwestern GP30. And I'll see if I can get a shot of the classification lights. One thing I can't stand about ESU is their momentum. I know it's great for prototypical, but momentum drives me crazy. Alright, so here comes Chicago Northwestern GP30 from Scale Trains with the ridiculous 4 mounted cameras. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop that one. I'll show you guys the classification lights here. So that is the white light. It's not going to come up here. That's the red. Yeah, it doesn't come up really well. That's fine. I'll show you guys in the video. Good question. I can't do it in JMRI. I have to do it, I think, using a Loc Sound programmer, which I don't have. But yes, you can. There is a way to do it, and I think you gotta do it through the Loc Sound programmer. Oh, I just hope I don't run into my other camera. So there's our streaming train there. Now, granted, there's no way I'm going to be able to put this in a typical layout, which there's a lot of learning points from this. there's a lot of learning points from this train. When I go to build my permanent layout and when I'm fully retired and everything, I'm not going to have any tunnels. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to the 4-camera train here. So yeah, this is crazy to say the least. And so now you can kind of get a whole 360 view. Alright, so the top left-hand camera is the trailing, so you can see what's kind of past. The top right is the front, and you can see we're basically on top of the GP30, which is kind of cool effect. Yeah, tunnels? No. Yeah, not happening. Not happening. Not happening at all. If I make tunnels, it's probably going to be to this camera height. Come on, cameras. What's going on? Am I stuck? Oh, it's stuck. Hang on. Hang on. Hold the phone. I think one of my cars derailed. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. That rocks so bad. Alright. Still a lot of growing pains with this system, unfortunately. I just won't have tunnels. Like, I pretty much said that, yeah, in my permanent layout, I'm just not gonna have tunnels. More than likely, my dream layout, which I've already started to draw on a piece of paper, it's gonna be very streaming friendly. So a lot of single track, a lot of scenery. So, alright. So I'm going to go back to the 2-camera system here. So you can see the front and the back. Yeah. Yeah, I still gotta tweak this a little bit. But yeah. But I'm really happy about this. Like, there's a whole bunch of new things that I'm showcasing today. So we got again with streaming on OBS with Video Ninja. We've got the 4 cameras on the train now. And as it comes around the shelf there, kind of see the epicness of just my my addiction. Most of that freight I actually got from a sweet deal. There was a seller on Facebook that was getting out of the hobby and basically had like 100 cars for like almost $100. And I was like, yes, please. And it instantly grew my collection to out of control proportions. It was like $1 a car. It's like, holy crap. And we're talking it has Katie couplers, metal wheels, the whole 9 yards. So I was not going to let that go easily. But, I mean, you can also see just how messy this setup is. And it's going to get a lot worse. Eventually, I'll have 2 more monitors right here. One for the chat, one for, like, dispatch, JMRI, and all that. So this is about to get a whole bunch more complex. But you can see the 360 camera that's there. That's not bad. That's not bad either. And then you can kind of see right here, this is kind of my workbench. I use these little tote things here to organize all my parts. Lots and lots of parts. You can kind of see right here too. Just a ton of parts. Yeah. Yep, and then nothing really too interesting to see when it comes to these two corners, so I'm just going to go back to the two camera view because those ones are the more interesting ones. So, but hopefully you guys enjoy. Again, my whole purpose of doing this type of stuff is to really showcase the hobby. And, you know, I can't have you guys be here. And so it's like I want to do different camera angles, new styles, and I want to try my best to simulate that you guys are actually here with me watching the trains go around the best way I can do virtually. You know, minus outside of VR potentially, but, you know, I've got cameras that go around the layout, got cameras on the trains now that we can follow and enjoy. And then we've got the suicide. I'll show you how crazy this can get now. Let's go to all the cameras so you can really see how crazy this is. Uh-oh. And of course, we have a derailment. I don't think this is gonna work. Alright, hang on. Stand by. We gotta do one more thing here. Oi, camera, come back here. There, now you're gonna behave. Stupid thing. Okay. So the camera train got even more ridiculous. Oh, I appreciate that, Mystic. I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, so right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cameras. And this can get even more crazier. And that's 14, I think that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I got 14 cameras. Obviously this bottom one down there, I don't like how small. Let's do this. I think I'm gonna just sacrifice the top a little bit here to bring this one a little bit bigger. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll just scoot myself over a little bit. We'll get this one over. And then maybe bring this one down a little bit. Yeah. I really want to showcase that one. There we go. So it's getting more and more ridiculous. I'll still have to play with the overlay a little bit. Alright. I'll work with it later. The point is, I just want to make it a little bit bigger so we can get these cameras a little bit more clarity on the train itself. Alright, bring that up to 21, bring up that to 21. So yeah, that's 14 cameras. And I could probably do more. We could probably do more. But it'll just get too crazy at that point. And it looks like the cameras are kind of stable there, so not too bad. Yeah, that camera train looks so Frankenstein. I love it. I just love it. Alright, I probably want to shrink this down though. We'll shrink this down a little bit. There we go. Oh, I can. Alright, and then we've got the GP30 coming at the bottom there. Again, this is all experimental. I'm just going ham with it at this point. So, here comes the craziness that is the camera train being pulled by the scale train's GP30. Basically had to add another car there to deal with the battery. That's the great thing about this hobby. It's nuts. It's nuts. Oh man, I need to make an emote out of that. I think that's freaking hilarious. And there's the Rio Grande at the kind of the middle to the right there. So, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? It can be. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the way we go. It's just I really wanted to keep the cameras close together as much as possible. So I'm going to have to, because I want that 360 perspective, but you got to keep the cameras close together. If you do it too far apart, it'll be kind of difficult to do, but yeah. Or really what I really need is a longer flat car. Because I don't know if I can show you. It's coming up on Phoenix Point. With a longer flat car, it'll take care of that problem. Let's bring you over here. So you can see 2 cameras are on one long flat car, and I just need to find one more of those. Because that's the only one that I have. So, really that's what I need. Is another long flat car. Let's see, let's go to Wilding 1 here. Aww. Yeah, there's a lot to take in. Again, I'll get this fixed eventually, but don't worry, Trainman. The big thing that I want you to worry about is, are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? That's basically what I'm trying to do here. And I just hope you guys are having fun. Boxcar, the Husky, welcome to the madness that is the Icey Railway. We are basically the Kerbal to space. We do all sorts of crazy stuff here, experimenting. We've got cameras on trains. We've got cameras on the layouts. We've got the madness that is all the cameras, which is basically cameras on trains, on the layout, and on the wall. So, here comes GP30. Again with the OVR trash gondola car and a few other things. See, and that's what I want to achieve. I just want to make sure you guys are having fun with the hobby. And I have done my job. Alright, let's bring up Wilding 6. No, let's bring up Wilding 2. Quasimodo, welcome. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Again, we're just doing all sorts of crazy things here. We've got 2 new GP30s from Scale Trains. We got one pulling a regular train. The other one is carrying the madness that is the camera train. And you get all sorts of angles from the front, back, left, and right, thanks to the suggestion of Mystic Railroad. And we're having a grand old time here on the Icey Railway Podcast. And I just hope you guys are having fun. That is my main goal. Okay, so we're gonna do something kind of interesting here. We're gonna do something interesting. I'm just hoping that this is going to be recognized. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna take this one more step further. Just when you think we were done with the new stuff. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I appreciate that. You guys rock, man. You guys make this all possible. Allows me to have fun with the greatest hobby in the world. Great question. Let's just say I will never have tunnels on my permanent layout. It'll be streamer friendly. That's the best I'm going to say, because these are definitely by no means at NMRA standards. Let's just put it that way. Oh boy. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so just when you think all the new things are done, they are not. So, I have talked to many streamers about doing this, but I am going to take it into practice. Now, granted, I gotta have an internet. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hi, Mystic, take it easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to live stream mini rail fanning. So let's go ahead and take a look on how that's going to be. And of course, this is not working. Great. Give me 1 second. Please hold. Please hold. Why are you not working? Oh, I know why. Because I got to change the properties. Okay. Hot minute. Give me 1 hot minute. Properties. I thought I had this fixed, but I guess not. Solo link. And then we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. Wait, what? Oh, oops. Oh, never mind. Oh, there we go. Copy solo link. I'm still getting used to Video Ninja. Oh, there we go. We got it. Yay. And that is really crappy. What is going on? Come on, focus. Focus. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we're going to try a few things here. So what I need to do for this, we're going to do live stream mini rail fanning. And basically, I have chat on my arm, so that way I can see what you guys are talking to me about. And I need to switch audio. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this. Give me 1 hot minute. I'm going to see if this is going to work. Okay. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Can you guys... Ooh. I'm peeping bad. Sorry. We'll figure this out. Can you guys hear me from the camera? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me somewhat from. Am I echoing at all? How's it look? How's it sound? There is an echo. Okay. Okay. Is there an echo now? Hopefully, there shouldn't be an echo. Still an echo? Still an echo. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out a little bit later. I'm just gonna yell really loudly into the mic here, because I don't want to blow your eardrums out with echoes and things that I can't hear on my end. So for now, I'll be a little bit distant, but I kind of just want to do some mini rail fanning with you guys. Let's come over here. All right. So again, I'm not going to do this for too long. I just want to prove the concept that I can now start moving around the layout without having to be tied down to the desk. I'll figure out the echo issue a little bit later. But I can still see you guys in chat again. But hopefully you're kind of liking this. Again, this is all theoretical right now. Again, you can really see that light coming from the GP30. Look at that. So this gives me a lot of freedom. Again, we still gotta figure out the mic issue, so that way I can actually get the voice from the phone instead of through the mic I have to yell into. But this gives me so much freedom. And I think I'll just give you guys some really cool shots. Yeah, I love the GP30s from Scale Trains. Yeah, it looks like we're dropping a little bit of frames here. Again, I am surprised that we've got this far with the quality. Yeah, I agree, Boxcar. Hopefully US scalers get all this love that HO's getting. Nice, Quasimodo. Yeah, they are nice. With the green paint variant, nice. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. Again, I'll be a little bit distant from the mic because I am moving around. But just let me know. And if you guys are joining us, we are now in the mini rail fanning. We are walking around the layouts, getting some cool shots for you guys. Again, a little choppy with the frames. So I'll definitely need to kind of work on that a little bit. But again, this is all conceptual. Just to prove a point to see if this is even possible. The fact that we've gotten this far. Again, kind of choppy frames a little bit. Yeah, Quasimodo, I have. They look amazing. So over here, you know, BCF parts, yeah. I've been thinking about an XLR wireless mic to connect to my mixer because my mixer has 4 ports. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head that I need to get that. So that way I just have to switch to the wireless mic on the mixer. Yeah, you've got the golden idea there, BCF. John, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the madness that is. We are experimenting with OBS, or not OBS Ninja, Video Ninja to get us mini rail fanning shots from my cell phone. This will probably be the last shot and I'll go back to my table here. That's awesome, Boxcar. Alright guys, we're going to come back into, sit you guys down here and we will go ahead and go back to, alright, give me 1 second here. Dead rail. For the purposes of what I'm doing, probably not so much, but, and again, that's the concept. It's like I have a phone and I have chat right here, and obviously BCF got the $1 million suggestion which was the wireless mic. Which I'm gonna have to get a wireless mic. I have to get a wireless mic to connect to my mixer, and then so that way all I have to do is shut off the Audio Technica and then go from there. So let's see. Yep, that's awesome. I mean, even in HO's pretty much the same way. Oh, dead rail. So, since you guys are going to get me on the topic of dead rail, here's how I see dead rail being able to be sold. Because I don't think dead rail... Let me actually turn this off because I'm going to lose battery on this. So, I don't think dead rail will replace indoor HO layouts. I think DCC has that market covered, and with LCC and all electronics. Especially they would have to shift over from a more less corrosive metals. But what I think dead rail, especially in HO, is going to be brilliant at is going to be, it will allow HO scale to go into the garden railroads and allow us to go outside, and that will completely change HO for the better. And I think that's one thing that not a lot of people are talking about. It's like, everyone's been thinking dead rail is going to replace DCC. No, it's going to be in conjunction with DCC, and that dead rail is going to allow the HO scale to go outdoors. And that's what I'm more interested in, is that, I don't have to worry about electricity at all on the layout. I have this dead rail battery-powered engine that I can now run outside and then just bring that train in when I'm done. And as long as, the factories can make or use the material that they use for G-scale anyways into the HO rail, then not only can I have an indoor HO layout, I can have an outdoor as well. And that's where I think the future of dead rail really can be a golden opportunity. And that's what I'm excited for dead rail, because the possibilities are endless at that point. So we'll see. We shall see. So again, there is that Rio Grande GP30, along with the OVR Trascandola, two depressed flat cars, and then with the fire train there. And let's get you guys on board with the 4 camera train. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Ties have to be weatherproofed as well. So we left out his track outside for a summer, and the tires were shot. And I do realize, guys, that it's cutting off some of your comments. I apologize. I'll fix that for the next stream. Nice. So yeah, if you guys are new, lurking, there's a lot of updates that I did with this stream. So basically, the Icey Station podcast is basically no more. I've been alternating back and forth between Icey Rails and the Icey Station podcast. Those two have now officially merged into one, and now the Icey Railroad podcast will take it from this point forward. It'll be this every day. And, we'll still talk about the news and everything as part of the Icey Station segment here on this particular stream, but it was pretty clear to me that you guys enjoyed being on the trains, watching trains running around. It was very, very clear. And so I decided to merge the two and focus more on this type of content for you guys. So welcome aboard GP30 Chicago Northwestern number 817. This is the goofy, the crazy, the absurd camera train. The idea of it is to get you into this miniature world of the Icey Railroad and try to get you somewhat of a 360 perspective. Again, come a long ways. We're still kind of working things out a little bit. I still have some more crazy ideas for the future, but again, this gets us in the door of getting this type of perspective. So I guess it kind of begs the question too, where do we go from here? It seems like we've kind of reached the limits when it comes to all this stuff. And I can tell you, I'm already thinking the next thing. And it basically comes down to this camera view. For this particular view in particular, eventually the next goal is to get everything to 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. It's going to be a little bit, I mean, it won't be able to be 60 because there is going to be one limitation, and that's going to be the capture card. The capture card that I've been trying to look for to go to 4K can only go 4K 30. I haven't seen any, if I really want to go 60, I have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for it, which I'm not going to do. But kind of the goal is each one of these cameras to go to 4K. Now, I probably won't be able to get 4K on the train itself, because technology hasn't come that far, I think, yet to get a 4K that small enough to ride the train. But that's kind of the next step forward. Now that we got the theoreticals in place, it's now to try. Now we got to see if we can upgrade quality, and that'll take a little bit of time because in order to get the 4K that I need out of these cameras, it basically needs I need a good 4K capture card because my capture card only goes up to 1080, and this box also requires 4K. So a lot of things kind of have a domino effect in order to get to the next level. And more than likely, I will need to upgrade my computer. And that's kind of the pinnacle kind of stopping point for me right now. Because I need more 3.0 USB slots, and this does not have it. I've got kind of a workaround to see if I can make that work, but I'm still kind of toying with it. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm to the point where I need a 2-rail mainline. My biggest kind of choke point right now is Harbor Point. So Harbor Point right now is a single line modular, and I've been toying back and forth. I found 2-rail mainline that I can order. That's a modular as well. And so it's just between the time it'll take to get it built, to get it shipped here, to get the legs that I need for it. There's a lot of work involved, and then I gotta wire it up. So for now, I'm kind of content with the one main line. However, yeah, I do agree that the future of this layout will be 2-rail mainline. I'm just not there yet. And the other thing you gotta think about too is, if I do go to main rail, I lose one of those sidings that I have to park my trains as a main line. And so I'm kind of debating if I really will go to main line, or I'll just use a second main line as just a stored siding. And that's what I'm kind of going back and forth with. It's a great idea, don't get me wrong, John. It's just I'm still kind of figuring things out with it, because there is pros and cons to each. Because I do need yard space. Because I tell you what, I'm tired of trying to go back and forth, and I also want to give you guys ops too. So having more sidings versus a second main line with this limited amount of space that I have, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards versus a second main line. I still haven't decided yet. Now obviously I can change the layout whenever I want and make it a 2 main line, or make it just a single rail to do ops. And so it's a mute point anyways. Debatable. It's kind of debatable. So I could. The problem is it's the modular construction of the benchwork. It's really awkward to do with the space that I have. And the other thing you gotta take into consideration is my benchwork. I don't have tools to do like a 45 degree and 90 degree cuts. No, more than 45 degree angle cuts. I don't have any benchwork tools to do. I have a very small compound miter saw, and that's it. Most of these other modulars I bought. So there's just a lot of infrastructure that I need to actually make this layout more practical, I guess is the best way to put it. And as far as the space, I mean, it's... where's the railway camera? This one. So, like I said, this circle is as optimized as I can pretty much get it with everything else that I have. I could make a branching off one of the modulars, but again, that requires a 45-degree cut to get off the main line and into a straight line. Again, I don't have the tools and the bench work to really do that just yet, nor the skill to do that, because I'm terrible with bench work. There's a reason why I bought these modulars, and some of them I did make by myself, but it's more straights versus than turns. So I'm toying around with ideas, and again, obviously, the next idea is, well, right, Ron, just add more shelves to the room, so that way you can just put the stuff on the shelf. Oh yeah, absolutely. I just need the correct tools to shape the wood to make into the things that I need to, and the skill. So I don't have both. I need a lot more practice when it comes to woodwork in particular. So and again, that's kind of where I'm kind of stuck at right now with the layout is I've got another third rail that I can do whatever I want with. And it's like, do I want to make it a nice big siding? And the cool thing, the thing about it too, is if I keep that single track, you know, I can have two trains running in opposite directions. It's just I got to pay attention to where at least one train is at. It's all about perspective. There is a lot of potential, and then so here's the other thing you guys got to keep in consideration. This room is actually on the second level. So the other problem that I'm going to run into is weight. If I add more modulars to this room, I'm skeptical about the weight, and I'm actually afraid to add more modulars to the upstairs. So that's why I think the modulars that you see here is pretty much what I'm going to have, minus the Harbor Point. Harbor Point will probably get a second main line. But if this was like the basement, then yeah, I could probably see myself getting more modulars to do everything. But this is the second level, and I just don't want to add any more weight than I already have. I think I'm kind of pushing it already. So there's so many variables with this layout that I'm still kind of debating what to do. And I'm kind of leaning more towards the single main line by having a very long siding. So that way you can have two trains going in the opposite directions. And then basically what I'll do is I'll put a camera at the choke point. So that way I can put signals and you guys can see me actually being a dispatcher. Because again, that's the next level to this is that I got to get everything wired up for dispatching. I could, yeah. But then, you know, these modulars are also 12 inches wide. So again, I don't know how far out I want to continue out the rails because I don't want them falling off the side as well. But yeah, I see your point as well. And that's the great thing about modulars. I do like modulars, and I highly recommend it if you want flexibility and mobility. I am biased in that opinion, but I like it. Now, kind of the far future, once you know, I can get maybe a shed or a basement. My dream layout would be half of it will be. Now let me switch cameras here because we've been on this camera for a bit. Half of it will be a dedicated, like, permanent layout with all nice scenery and everything, and then that layout is going to have turnouts to where I can go off that layout and go onto these modulars. So what's cool, the cool thing about that is that, you know, I'll have a permanent layout, but then the other half of it with switches going off to the modulars, I can change the second half of that layout to whatever I want. And so that's kind of the future that I'm envisioning, that I'll have half a permanent layout, half a modular layout. So that way I can just go ham with it. So, by no means is this a permanent circle. But you guys can see here that, I've got the cork bed down for that third rail. The thing is that I keep forgetting to buy Code 80 Pico Flex Track, because that's what I use on this layout. And I've been buying so many other things, like I've been getting new cameras, the new engines, and it kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. Because I've been getting these idea and aha moments that I just had to try. And so, unfortunately, it's been kind of taken away from the actual layout itself. But I'm also kind of at a writer's block, essentially, when it comes to how I want to design things. So, because, again, the whole next thing about this module is JMRI dispatching and block detection. And I'm kind of at a stopping point there because I got to upgrade my command station. I got to get block detection, and so forth. So there's still a lot to play with. Maybe turn into a killer helix. That's the one thing. You guys love helixes. There's no way I can do a helix with those cameras. Now, if I can find a way to live stream with smaller cameras, then I'm all for it. But for right now, for the affordability, for the things that I want to do, these cameras are it for right now. Because if I go any smaller, I have realized that smaller cameras that, are supposed to connect with your phone have all sorts of issues. And they don't get the quality that I want out of them. But again, there's still a lot more experimentation here. Let me get you guys on the two cameras here. So yeah, right now, that second mainline idea, like I said, in the future, I could potentially see that. For now, I need a siding more. Because then I can do ops, I can do signaling, I can make it a little bit more interesting. But it'll be a very long siding, like it'll cover this whole, basically almost 75% of the layout, that second siding. Because I still like the idea of having a choke point single line, because you get ops that way. You get signals, dispatching, all that. And I kind of want to bring a little bit of that element into this. Not full blown, like I don't want to go down the complete ops rabbit hole. Because again, I want this to be enjoyable. I want this, I want you guys to have fun. Is always the first and foremost goal. I don't want to bore you with. Well, I don't want. I guess that's a wrong way to say it. I don't want to lose your guys' fun and interest by going 100% into ops. Because I know that's not for everyone. Alright, let's go ahead and bring up the 4 camera again. Cool. I'm trying to think. Have I talked about all the new things? Yeah, I think you guys have pretty much seen it all now. But I'm excited. There's a lot of good engines that are coming out. There's a ton of pre-orders that I kind of put down today. I kind of spaced out my allowance a little bit. But yeah, there's so many. Broadway Limited, I think, is going to get a lot of money from me. So like I said, those GS4s, they put a video on YouTube on their channel of the GS4 running, their experimental or their prototype. And man, it looks good. It looks good. But yeah, definitely the future is definitely going to be, and one thing I do want to do, I don't know, I'm still kind of torn. I'm not going to do that because, I No, long story short, no. It's not necessarily the wife. It's me saying that I'm not gonna put holes through walls. I'll leave it at that. For many IRL reasons that I'm not gonna go into. But it actually makes for an interesting idea for the future because putting holes through walls could potentially get the tunnel idea to put the cameras through, so you can get your tunnels that way. Not a bad thought. Not a bad thought. I'll put it back on the 2 cameras because those 2 sides you just don't see anything. What's my music? Oh, I know why. What? Oh, that's why. I think only mixer. There we go. Oh, interesting. Yeah. And I was talking before, it's like, we talk about the story of what I'm trying to do here. And it's like, I want to create that element from Mr. Rogers. And it's like, again, in my dream layout, it's not a bad idea. Matter of fact, I may have something. I mean, we talk about the whole Mr. Rogers theme. Eventually, I'll get this guy running. But, I kind of have a Charlie that mimics it. So, the random things. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I don't know. We've been getting a lot of storms here lately. But no, I'm not going to, it's going to be inspired by Mr. Rogers. I'm not going to 100% copy it. It's more of, let's have, and that, if you guys didn't catch the beginning of the stream, I start off with, oops, crap. Hang on. Go away, countdown. Go away. Sorry about that. We got the starting screen here, and then, we got the cave screen. And basically the whole intent behind this is to welcome you guys, to give you guys shout outs. And, it's kind of got that feel to, the whole Mr. Rogers thing. And we'll talk about what we're going to do today, and then we just go right into it. And if I want to bring up guests, so that's on, let's see here, where is it? Yeah. There's Fred, and then there's Fred. So this particular screen here, it's showing things through Video Ninja, and basically I can put like 30 people in this little square, this square over here. So that's basically guest number 1. It's actually my phone that I have connected to it, so that way I can give you the mobility of the camera. I'm actually just going to go ahead and hang up there to save on battery for my phone here. But yeah, and I think next stream, if you guys want to come up and we can just talk things, and then we can experiment with this scene. Right now I'm not going to experiment for this stream, but Video Ninja is really what allowed me to get away from StreamYards and be able to customize the layouts a lot more than StreamYards can ever do. So I'm excited where we can take this. And then this is the all the cameras God mode here, where we've got, you know, the onboard cameras. See how this looks in full scale, because I'm kind of curious now, full screen. Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. But yeah, it's crazy how far the streaming on my channel has come. I was not expected to get this far. Like, I cannot begin to tell you, I've been trying to figure out this solution to ride a camera train live for like 10 years. Because I started streaming back when Justin TV just barely switched over to Twitch. Like, Twitch was really new, and I was streaming content over there for model railroading. And for the life of me, I wanted to live stream being on a camera. And I just could not, technology back then just wasn't as advanced as it is now. And really the key was Hodgepodge, the capture card that was really good at the time, just didn't recognize OBS, and I just couldn't for the life of me get it to work. But with being able to capture from my phone, capturing the cameras, that was the final link that I needed to basically have these camera views. And it's like, now we're off to the races. And the fact that now I have a mobile camera to give you guys mini rail fanning as well. Yeah. But again, the whole goal is for you guys to have fun. That's it. I'm just bringing my Icey Railway to you guys. And again, it's basically all UP stuff, a UP family tree. There's a few outliers out there. Let's speed up 818. Oh, and also, let me check something real quick. How many subscribers are we at? Yeah, so we are 6 away from 800. That is ridiculous. Like, I was hoping to get 1,000 by the end of the year, but never had I thought that we may actually get it during the summer. Like, it has been crazy. You guys have just been killing it. And I appreciate all the support. All you guys that watch the videos, the shorts, the live streaming. Again, I'm trying to bring every type of content that I can. So if you like short videos to the point, watching train go by, that's what my shorts are for. If you want a little bit more just model railroading in general, or being on a train at a proper layout, I've got those videos. And then we got this live stream here where, you know, I'm going to push how far I can take model railroading with live streaming. And this setup alone, what you're seeing on this scene, has pushed it to boundaries I could never even imagine. This one scene is basically 12 years worth of research, development, trying to figure things out. It's nuts to think about. Yeah, and that's pretty much my story. That's the Dragon story. How far can we take things? You know, the gateway into model railroading. That's kind of my motto, kind of my passion. If you guys are enjoying this and want to get into it or get some ideas from it and get motivated to do this hobby, I have done my job. And this is just a simple modular railway. one big giant complicated screwed up circle. But again, I appreciate you guys. It's mind blowing. We're almost 800. And I'm very, very humbled. Again, I've always told you guys that, you guys make the milestones. And you guys will definitely determine when this channel hits 1,000. Then when it gets to, when it becomes partnered. Again, you guys determine that. I'm just sharing the world's greatest sandbox hobby. Yeah, we're 6 away. We're almost there. Again, I appreciate it, Quasimodo. Thank you. And again, thanks to you guys. You guys make this happen. Like I said, I'm just a human being with a dragon mascot with an Icey Railway that you see here. And it's like, I always keep telling others, like, don't compete against others. Compete against yourself. And me personally, I would add on to that by saying, what can I do? What simple thing can I do better, either on screen or behind the scenes, that is better than the last video, than the last short, than the last live stream? That's it. That's my motto. And it's like, I definitely, I pushed myself a lot with this if you look at the difference between last Icey Rails to this Icey Railway now, it's astronomical the amount of changes I made. Not only here, what you're seeing on scene, but just behind the scenes. Because, like I said, I had everything on Streamlabs OBS, and I dumped that completely for OBS. So I had to build all these scenes from the ground up again in OBS. Train Man, you hit it square on the head. Absolutely. And again, I can't show you a whole comment there, but you got it right. So the reason why I haven't put the skirts on is because this layout is still not permanent yet. Like I said, I still got to figure out what to do with that third rail, and then make sure that I've got the monitors that I want and settled in place to do that. And I've got to have the brains of the Digitrack system squared away, which is including, the new 240 boost command station, 210 boosters. Once I get all that finalized and I have my dispatching working, then the skirts go up. So definitely that's on the agenda. Nice. So 4 more freight. And 3 more cabooses. My goodness. That's awesome. 25 subs. Nice, Train Man. That's great to hear. So again, always keep things in perspective. Again, do not compete against other channels. You'll get burnt out and frustrated and leave YouTube completely. 25 is actually really good. If you put things in perspective, you basically have a classroom's worth of people, maybe a small auditorium-sized people watching you. And then, again, just keep putting things into perspective. Like this week, I've been putting in several new videos, and the fact that they're getting between 20 and 50 views, that's fantastic. Like, we're filling a small auditorium with that size. And in some of the shorts, my best shorts got 16,000 views. It's like, wow. If you think about that in real life, how many people have seen those shorts, and then on average, usually 1,000, and then it goes between hundreds and so forth. But if you keep that in perspective, like, it's ridiculous. Like, that's great for the channel. And if you just keep things in perspective, you can go one way, and that is up. That's it. And again, as I stated in the beginning of the episode, or of the stream, each channel is an artwork. We paint our canvases differently. It's all a digital canvas. And, trying to objectify art is damn near impossible. We can only judge art subjectively. If you try to do it objectively, I just don't think it works. And so just paint your picture the way you want it to paint and the way you want to present it, and have fun. People will come watch, and then just have fun with it. That's awesome, John. 45 people, nice. So yeah, you're definitely filling up an auditorium with that many subscribers. There you go. Yep. And that's the thing too, is like I can give you advice, but at the end of the day, every channel is different. Like my artwork, my paint style is going to be different from your artwork and your paint style. And YouTube, the weird thing about YouTube is the algorithm is such a weird freaking beast. It's like, I think one thing I'm starting to discover is that each channel has their own algorithm as well. Like I've kind of figured out my algorithm, and so I'm just sticking with it. And then once you figure out what's that sweet spot, to get people coming in and viewing your content, stick with it. Because then once you're in that, once you have identified your personal channel's algorithm, again, I'm just assuming that there's personal algorithms. You've got the big YouTube algorithm, and then I think that there's an algorithm for each particular channel. And then once you get dialed in and going, it's crazy. Oh, it was raining? Let me see. See if I can move the... let's put this on top. Mm-hmm. Yep. And another thing, if it's one thing I want you guys to take away from this, don't tell other creators or the painters or artists, don't tell them how to paint. And that's why it's like, I rarely give suggestions to other channels and other chat rooms that you guys may see me. Sometimes I do if they're asking for it, but it's just so subjective to the person that's painting that canvas. Like, for me personally, I don't mind constructive criticism and just throwing out ideas that may work. But when you tell me, hey, you must do it this way, or it looks really, really bad for this reason, absolute terms and phrases like that, I tend just not to respond to them. Because again, all channels are different. Each canvas is different. All the art is going to be different. At the end of the day, it is art. It's digital art in my eyes. And it's just so subjective. John, if I can paint outside of this little presentation box, I would definitely do it. But I get what you mean. So for next stream, if you guys have any suggestions of what train to be running on the main line, just let me know. I'll be happy to run it. There'll be some trains that I can't run because of this tight radius on the harbor point. Another reason why that module in particular is probably going to get swapped out, because the turn radius is too tight for a few of my engines. And I want to make sure that all of my engines run on this. But I think next episode will probably be... Yeah. That's fair. I still have a few more tricks up my sleeve, but it requires the next level of investment, aka brand new computer, brand new command station with boosters from Digitrax. So that's fair. Let's see here. Can I just go? There we go. There you go. That link will get you to John. So kind of another thing too, if I don't have them with me, but if you guys want to send in stickers, because I know that's a big thing here with the community, I do have a PO box at rayronvr.com, and there's a link I think down below that'll get you to my PO box as well. Yeah, so I have a link down below to my PO box if you want to send in stickers. Basically, the stickers that I get in the mail will go onto the whiteboard behind me. And so you can kind of see here, there's some stickers right there. So my plan is I'll put all the stickers on this back wall, so that way you guys can see it when I stream. So kind of the idea there. So yeah, so there's several big projects now for this layout, like probably getting a new computer. Again, that's going to take time. Upgrading the brains of the system, again, that's going to take some time. Getting the third rail up, upgrading the cameras to 4K. They are really, really good. Let me show you. Just give me a hot minute. See, I need to go here. Here. Okay, and then here. Sorry, I think I echoed a little bit there. Okay. I need to go back to my mini rail fanning camera. And of course this has come up because I need to modify the guest. Okay, there we go. Sweet. So to answer your question, Quasimodo, let's go over to this other GP30 here. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Yeah, I like this picture. It was one of those free stock images that I found, and it matches perfectly from my theme and my story. So let's go ahead and take you guys back to all the cameras. So hopefully I give you a little bit of perspective of those lights. Lights down there? What do you mean? Can you please move out of my spot, cat? Thank you. Wait, what? Have I? Let's see. Oh, wow. You are right. Thank you, Train Man. No, you guys did it. 800 subscribers. Let me clip that right now. Holy crap. Wow. You guys are awesome. Got it clipped, 800. You guys are awesome. You saw it live, guys, because normally this happens when I'm usually doing short videos. But the fact that it happened on live stream, you guys saw it. You guys are awesome. I'll make a post later today for another emote, because if you guys don't know, I do have emotes ready for when we do get monetized. I got a whole bunch of them. So each 100, I'll showcase them, and that'll be on the community tab. So I've got a few of them on the community tab already. And they're ready to go. But again, it's kind of, we need the 1,000 plus watch hours. We're still quite a ways away from the watch hours, but that's more on me to, it's on me to do more good content for you guys to watch. So, you guys are pretty much going to do your part, which is get to 1,000, click that subscribe button, then it's on me to really get good content for you guys to watch. So, but, there it is. So, again, I'm trying to figure out on the train. So what I was showing to Quasimodo was that Scale Trains has these features where there's lights on the physical steps to get up to the cab and on the sides as well. So they've got small little lights on there. That's how detailed Scale Trains is. You unsubscribe. Come on, John. It is your choice. I will be sad. I'll be really, really sad. But you can unsub, you can sub. It's your choice. I don't know, Quasimodo, maybe. But when it comes to this channel, again, the whole point of it is to have fun. I know everyone has fun in different ways. I don't want to be too technical with this channel. That's why I've been cautious. There's some things that I will get technical for how to start up a DCC layout, because I love Digitrack, so I'll do stuff like that. But even with that series, I try not to get too technical. Yeah. No comment. No comment. Hey, if they are, it's whatever. If they're not, it's still whatever. Like, all numbers are relative, and it's just, I'm here to have fun first and foremost, and that's why I gotta keep reminding myself. Like, I do sometimes catching myself like, okay, when can I get to 900? When do we get to 1,000? But you know, at the end of the day, I just gotta remind myself it's all about having fun first and foremost. And again, if you guys are wondering about the title, you know, we lost 2 great YouTubers in the well, I found out in the past week that we lost 2 great YouTubers. You know, we lost Bill Rogers, who was a YouTuber about the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and we lost Daylight Dave. And it's like, that's where this whole title came from, is that life is short, let's run trains. Because we just never know when all this is going to end, when our stories are going to end. And that was kind of my motivation to just combine the 2 podcasts and to create all of this. It was definitely a huge inspiration. It's like, let's get into this hard. But yeah, you just never know. And again, I thank you guys with any support, by just watching, by hitting that like button, by hitting the bell, by subscribing. Again, I tend not to advertise that too much because you guys are smart. I'm not gonna treat you like kids, you know. It is your choice to do all those things. And from what I said from day one, you guys determine when we get to 1,000. You guys determine when it gets monetized. And then ultimately, you guys decide when I could potentially do this full time. But for now, I'm not worried about that. I just want to come here, come to the center of this layout, and share it with you guys and have fun. And I know I'm just HO scale for now, and that's usually where my dominant scale is. And, you know, that's why I've got all you guys in chat. You know, if you do a particular scale outside of HO, feel free to let people know. There's other great channels out there that do N scale, O scale. So again, I'm just a gateway, and then you guys will find the channel that works best for you and your scale. Eventually, I do want to get into N scale with T-Tracks. We're slowly getting that moving along. And then there's another scale that we started already, which I'm kind of holding back a little bit because I want to get it more built up. But there have been a lot of Easter eggs into what scale that is. They're scattered all across the channel in my videos. So it's more of a surprise. But for now, HO has always been my dominant scale. But there's still a lot of cool things to come that I'm excited for. Let me tell you what. 800 subscribers. Unreal. And for those of you who are lurking, again, thank you. Every person matters when it comes to this stuff. If you're here lurking, you know, not too much interacting with chat at all, again, that's no problem whatsoever. Again, another big rule that I have here on the channel is I never want people de-lurking my lurkers because they are a crucial point of the channel as well. Again, I just want this to be a place that we go hang out, talk about trains, and enjoy trains running. Let me go ahead and get you guys back on the camera train here. Yeah, we'll go to this view for right now. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hang on. I just realized something. If you guys can see the mistake, So that engine right there is the front. The other one to the far left is the back. And that's not a GP30. Give me 1 second. Okay. I think we've got that little problem fixed. I didn't realize they were that close and they coupled together. So the issue about speed matching is that you can never get it right because both of these trains are weighted differently. My camera train is a lot heavier than the other Rio Grande engine. And so you can only get them speed matched to a certain point, not to mention this entire layout is not even level. I tried to level it the best I can. It's a freaking nightmare. And so there'll be some fast points, there'll be some slow points, so I have to eyeball it. And even then, I still screw it up. So I try a speed match, it doesn't necessarily work out. Because I'll get them to the perfect speeds, and then they find that one little spot in the layout where they'll go a little bit faster, and then you times that increase by X amount, and they'll eventually catch up to each other. Hence why the potential need for a second main line, but again, we kind of went down that rabbit hole a little bit. So, for now, I just gotta pay attention and make sure they're at a good distance from each other. Alright, I think we're good. Let's go and bring up the other one. It doesn't necessarily slip. Well, I don't know. I'll have to literally look at the train going around. I would imagine it does slip somewhere. If it were to slip, it would slip on this turn right now. That's Harbor Point. I would imagine it would slip there, because that I think it's the highest point in the layout. But again, it doesn't bother me. I just gotta keep an eye on the trains. It's part of the fun, to be honest. So, all right. Let's get the 4-camera system out. That's not a bad idea, train man. To give the illusion it's all the same, yeah. Oh goodness. Quasimodo, I can go down a really bad rabbit hole with the NMRA. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But I mean, you do make a point. I could. The problem is, there's still no live streaming cameras, or at least that I've come across, to really make the effort. And then some would argue, why would you want to put a live stream camera on a train? Why, you can just go see it in person. That's my cynical side coming out about the NMRA. Touche. 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 Like, don't get me wrong. The NMRA and their standards to the division, absolutely a must in the hobby. Like, it is a definite must. It keeps companies from monopolizing the hobby. So it is absolutely needed. The achievement program and everything else, I don't know. I don't like the idea of having to be judged or compete or things like that to get like Master Model Railroader. So again, that is a very lengthy discussion about that as a whole. I'm here to have fun, and that's just, yeah. Oh yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The NMRA is perfect for standards. So yeah, that NMRA gauge is perfect, because can you imagine having something that's HO scale, but let's say the width of the track is slightly different because Pico wants you to buy your own Pico track, Bachmann wants you to buy their own Bachmann track, and so forth. It's why it's very important to have those standards, and that's why the NMRA is vital for that. And that's what it's made it so good as a hobby, because one company is forced to talk with another company so they don't, again, monopolize the market and making the hobby compatible. So absolutely, the NMRA is needed for that. And they've been, oh man, I think I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Because this is a topic I've been thinking about, and I knew one day it was going to be something that was going to be brought up, and I think that day is today, but I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on the NMRA as a whole. Like, I'm happy that they have a Discord server. I still need to join it. But I still think my biggest thing I wish the anime would do is time for Little Dragon Rage. Yeah. I think it's time. Okay, so the NMRA is very, very slow to adapt to modern times. That's my biggest issue with it. And they're finally getting, like, Big Board NMRA gets it, like the president of the NMRA, he gets it. I've seen him talk, and he talks about some great things. He goes on to podcasts and so forth. But I really honestly believe in order for this hobby to really go to the next level, and COVID has kind of taught us this a little bit, going virtually is needed as well. Because there's going to be times where you're going to have, as we grow older, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get to these locations. And if it wasn't for YouTube, you guys would not have seen any of this layout that I have. And so, virtual layouts gives the opportunity for the world to see the details and new ideas and share those ideas and so forth. Again, I really... If you want to see how far we can take this, Humana City Junction, Heath, he's really taking it to the next level when it comes to virtual. I know he's focusing on ops right now, but the virtual ops is definitely something I'm interested in, because that is the way forward. Being able to control a train from my PC here on a layout that's probably halfway across the world is the future of the hobby. Yeah, and that's great. Again, don't take everything that I say with a grain of salt. If you're fascinated by the NMRA, by all means go into it. The issue is, I've had some very unfortunate negative interactions with divisions in the NMRA. Now, I have met one person here in the Texas region, Lone Star region, I think they call it, for the NMRA, that is super nice. And there's a potential that I'll become an NMRA member, but I haven't yet. And it's their slow changes to modern technology is what I'm really concerned about. Again, this is 100% a biased opinion. And it's like I brought up the idea that, hey, you guys, the NMRA needs to have ambassadors, and they need to have a partnership program with YouTubers, so that way you guys can create virtual divisions. We have them physically, make them virtual divisions through each individual YouTube channel. So we can say that we have a Heath division, and then we have a Sparky division, and so forth, and then have those partnerships to really expand the hobby even further. Because I think that'd be great that YouTube channels can be partnered with the NMRA to really have those representatives. Yeah, that's a fair meme. That's a fair meme. Yeah. Oh, you guys are awesome. So it's just, no worries, John. I get it. You're all good. It's all good. But it's like the NMRA is a very good thing, and it's like it's always true what they say. You get what you put into it when it comes to the NMRA. And it's like, I do have plans to go to the NMRA convention in Grapevine, Texas. That's only 4 hours away. So my wife and I are going to go down, and we are going to get scanned by Mini Prints. I'm waiting for them to release the signups because I will get scanned. It is a mission of mine because I know Bernard from Mini Prints is going to Grapevine here in Texas. And so it is a mission for me to go down there so I can get scanned so you guys can have a Ray run on your layout as well. And I cannot wait. Like, I am ready to get scanned. I have everything prepared for it. And there's nothing wrong with that, John. Absolutely not. And that is the great thing about this hobby. There's a reason why I say it's the world's greatest sandbox hobby, because you get whatever you put into it, whether that's the NMRA, your layout, scenery, building, whatever. And you can make this hobby as cheap as you want or as expensive as you want. And that's why I always say cost is relative when it comes to this hobby. Let me get a 2 camera. There's really nothing when it comes to the other 2 cameras when it's behind me. So I'll get you guys to the 2 camera view here. Actually, you know what we haven't done in a while? I'll tell you what. Let's climb aboard and be an engineer of this GP30 from Chicago Northwestern, number 817. So you guys are in the driver's seat. But we haven't had this view yet. May 20th in Plainsville. Nice. So next year, my bucket list item to do is to either go to. It's going to be next year. It's going to be hard for me to get to. Oh my goodness, the name of it escapes me. The big train show of the year on the East Coast, Springville. Oh my goodness, why is it escaping me right now? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Starts with an A. What is it? Amherst. There we go. Amherst. Jesus. Amherst is happening in January next year. I really want to try to go to it. It's just financially, holy crap, it's not easy to get down there. Because from Texas to Boston, basically. Like, I was doing a mini planning to see if it's possible, and it's like, oh, it's tough. So I'm either going to go to Amherst or I'm going to go to the next meet and greet. If it's back in Greeley, I can probably do that too. So one of those 2 I will do, so that way I can meet you guys and give out stickers, because I do have stickers. What's the big one in Pennsylvania? What's the name of that one? You guys can kind of see like the graveyard I got going on this side. It's the whole Missouri Pacific on the left-hand side there. Oh, that's one thing I didn't talk about. My goodness. So on the left there is actually my maintenance of weight train that I got from the new Braunfels train show. You guys can see those two videos. I've got basically an hour and 15 minutes of new Braunfels footage. And man, that video was a labor of love because I had 4 hours of footage from that train show and I had to edit it down to an hour and 10 minutes. And that's just because I had several issues when I still got to figure out better ways to record that, but no, Quasimodo. No. 1,000 subscribers, yes. Monetize, again, that's up to you guys. And well, really, when it comes to the watch hours, that's on me to get you guys more quality content that you guys will enjoy. And millionaire, no. If anything, if I'm a millionaire, there's problems because if I have that much money, I would give a shit ton of giveaways. Like, it's because of you guys that's going to make all this possible. But first and foremost, again, the one thing I always emphasize that it's about having fun and enjoying the world's greatest sandbox hobby first and foremost. And so, if you guys are having fun, enjoying what you're seeing, loving it, then I've done my job, and that's all that matters to me. I want to provide escapism content so we can just escape life a little bit. You know, enjoy the beauties of life. Because remember, life is short. Life is short. So let's run trains. Coming up on the right is the Colorado Eagle. One of my more favorite passenger trains. It's also my longest consist of passenger trains. This is the Missouri Pacific, always known as MOPAC. Ran the Colorado Eagle, I think from Missouri to Colorado. Don't quote me on that, though. It was bought by Union Pacific, I believe, in 1982. In front of it, you will see it is connected to a Scale Train's big blow turbine. What's so special about this turbine is that this is actually the Utah Museum. This is one of the 2 survivors of the gas turbine big blow. And I have actually been and on and in that engine because I grew up in that area. Followed by that, you see the UP Centipedes fantasy scheme, of course, because the Centipede was only made for the Pacific or the Pennsylvania Railroad. That is a BLI Paragon 4. On your left, you'll see a Tycho the Rock engine, followed by an Atlas the Rock. And then you've got the Missouri Pacific lines from BLI, and then more coaches from Chicago Northwestern. Followed by some more Switch 1500s MOPAC and 2 GP38s. One's a GP38-2 from MOPAC, Missouri Pacific. And again, we round it off with the maintenance of way train that I have a lot of work to do. I got to add metal wheels, got to fix some kitty couplers, add some more tenons that broke off of them. Followed by, on the right, the Chicago Northwestern was connected to kind of a excursion train, there we go, by 2 water tenders from Scale Trains, and then a River Rossi 4018 big boy. This is one of the surviving big boys that is also in the Dallas, Texas region. Hopefully I can get some content when I'm up there for the NMRA. And then we've got a Rio Grande Challenger that's parked right in front of it. And then to our right, you guys seeing Caboose today? Nice. Very nice. Followed by the Pokemon Stadium, we've got Pikachu, who is taking a nap. We've got Eevee and Bulbasaur. Yes, I will mix in a ton of fantasy on this layout. So, sue me. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the tour today. If you are, feel free to continue to have fun. And do me that extra favor of hitting that bell and subscribely button. Again, I don't ask for it often. Again, we hit 800 today. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. The Icey family. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the modulars a little bit. Now, the train is ready on what I call Harbor Point. It is a single mainline engine. Oh, mainline track, excuse me. That's eventually going to have a tugboat. It's going to be like a water themed. Yep, exactly. There was brand new Big Blows. I think the other one, I can't remember what the other number one was, but I think it's in the Illinois Museum. Alright, so now we're coming on to the Wilding Corners. These are 3-rail main lines originally. You want to see the Mopac run? Next stream, John. We'll do another kind of Mopac. Any particular engine Mopac you want to see run for next time? I think we'll do a viewer request special for the next episode. So we'll do that. So any particular engine, you want to see anything being pulled, just let me know. And then I'll just make note of it for the viewer requested trains for next episode. It'll be the first one that we'll do. So as I was saying, these corners of the Icey Railway are the Wilding turns. Now, it's inspired by a member of a club that I was with in California called the St. Louis Obispo Model Railroad Association, or SLOMRA. And I bought these from a member over there. The one's hooked now. Oh, okay, the passenger train. Okay, yeah, we can have that run next time. There you go, Quasimodo. See, you guys are definitely on point. Number 18, Illinois Railroad Museum, Union, Illinois. The other surviving Big Blow turbine. So these were named after Mr. Wilding, that was also part of SLOMRA, who passed away. And when I bought these corner modulars, there's 6 in total. It used to be 8. Unfortunately, 2 of them were water damaged and were scrapped. These surviving 6 I bought and kept their names in honor of Mr. Wilding. So you can see now, this is what all 6 of them are supposed to look like, and I will eventually get them decorated, because this one turn is the final product with 3 rails, kind of a access road path, dirt path with some grass. So that'll mimic all 6 corners. Coming up on this next modular is called Phoenix Point. This is a 2-to-1 junction. It is the only junction switch on my layout currently. It has a Pico number 5 turnout that's connected to a DS64, which allows me to control it from any type of way imaginable. I can hit the little push button there. You'll see coming up on the side as I call my digital throw. Press that push button, it'll switch it. I can also switch it from a Digitrax throttle using switch command number 200. I can control that from JMRI because I have the DCS52 controller with a PR4 built into it, so I can control that any way to the sun. And one interesting thing about Phoenix Point was that module was actually a programming specific modular that I ended up repurposing into what you see today. Again, kind of going back to Harbor Point. And then I'll talk about the testing range when we get to it. And this bridge is kind of a makeshift bridge. I didn't have anything that was in this length. So I just chopped it down, made it work, and it's just a access bridge for me to go underneath and over. I am thinking about putting a turnout on that bridge, as you can see here, so that way I can get access to that 3rd rail. But again, it's still in theory. Not exactly sure if I'm going to execute on it. John, so for the Colorado Eagle passenger train that you see here, which engine would you like to see pulling it? If you have anything, would you like to? Because I never ran the Big Blow with the Eagle, so that'll be an interesting mix. But if you have any particular engine, feel free to let me know. And we'll run it for next time. And just remind me, because I may forget, but I'll probably try to write it down. So you can see there that I do have a signal there. For the life of me, I can't remember what switch commands I need to change it. But it is connected to an SE74, which I can actually control the lights to that. I can also control it via a dispatch panel in JMRI. Not going to do that today, but that may be something that I show off next stream. Also, very good question, Train Man. So I am blessed with the gods of IKEA. And those wonderful Swedish gods have a wonderful shelf that I can buy to put 2 lanes worth of freight on those shelves. So yes, all those shelves are IKEA. They come in 2 different lengths. They come in, I think, half a foot to a full foot. And they can do 2 cars wide. And the smaller ones can hold about 6. If you stack them on top of each other, they can hold 12. The longer ones, just by looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. So 14 cars because you can do 2 deep. Up to 28 cars if you stack them on top of each other. To give you some perspective. Get you guys the rear camera for a little bit here. So, kind of a beautiful shot there of the excursion train, Big Boy 4018 with the 2 scale trains, water tenders, and then the Rio Grande Challenger. That is a River Rossi converted from the 1980s. To the left, you can see the sticker wall and some posters I bought from a train show. You got Promontory Point in Utah for the Golden Spike. You've got some of the heritage units, the MKD. You can see kind of the eagle on top, but it's kind of fading in the distance. Again, we're kind of going over Phoenix Point. And you can kind of see the security camera system that allows me to capture almost the entirety of the layout. But yeah, there's always something so therapeutic about watching trains go around, being able to now watch being on the train. This is what I enjoy. And the simple buildings on the side. Some of the buildings that I got from, again, from the train show recently in New Braunfels. Again, I did a haul video on it, so you guys can see a little bit better perspective on those. That room there to the left, that's actually going to be the T-track layout. Now, I do have an episode of The Rise of N-Scale. I do have episode 2 that I'm currently in the works on right now. It's taking a little bit longer because we're actually building the T-track modulars now. But that's the thing, it's like, I have buildings that are paper. the card stock. Again, the great thing about this hobby is that you can make it as cheap as you want or as expensive as you want. There are very talented YouTubers here that are able to make cardboard cereal boxes into buildings. Again, you can make it as cheap as you want or as expensive as you want. So something else to also point out. So we've got 2 monitors in the back there. They haven't really. They used to be part of my Dragon's Branchline series. That series I think has come to an end because now that I have this layout, it kind of made that series obsolete. But the 2 monitors that are there, one of them is called Beginner's Run, which basically has 3 trees on it. The other one's called Memorial Pass. Now, that Memorial Pass is basically one main line with 2 trees, basically symbolizing a rainbow bridge. You know, those that have crossed from, the living to the afterlife. And so that's kind of a rainbow bridge, essentially, type of modular. I built that on Memorial Day weekend in 72 hours. Or I think I built it in like 50 hours. From framework to scenery to wiring. That was that. Yeah, not a bad idea to put contact information. Usually what I tell people is that if you want to know more about my contact info, just look at the website down below. Again, you can find me. I do have a website, rayronvr.com. That's my domain. I do that for several reasons. It hasn't been updated in a while, but it also talks about all my other channels that I'm kind of on hold with. But I do a lot more things outside of model railroading as well. But those channels are all kind of on break right now because I'm focused on this channel. Like, I do manga reviews. I have a collection of anime figures that I collect, trading cards that I collect. But all that's kind of on pause because I focus on model railroading first and foremost. It is my biggest passion. But, yeah, feel free to check it out. Yeah. Unfortunately. Vinyl concrete patch is good for the roads. Interesting. If it's one thing that I'm really weak at in this hobby, it's definitely scenery. If it's one thing you guys won't find me do on this channel is building like scenery or painting scenery or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I do find passion fun in that, but I gotta do it off camera. I gotta have my own music turned on max to really enjoy it. Like, I don't tend to stream or record that type of stuff. There's plenty of other channels out there too. The great thing about this hobby is that there's other people who do that stuff and actually record it and actually stream it. Like Heath from Man City Junction does all that. What else do I collect? So, oh god. Anime figures is kind of been my big thing. My second biggest collection from model railroading, funny enough, is actually Sailor Moon stuff. I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan, so I've got... If you guys have seen from my 360 camera, my office actually has a lot of Sailor Moon merch in there. So that's like my second biggest thing collecting. My third is Pokemon cards. But I stopped that one because that got kind of ridiculous. And really, I just collect trains now. It's my biggest thing. Interesting idea, Quasimodo. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. You guys will see. But again, there's a reason why I say mascot instead of a furry, because again, I don't necessarily do that community type stuff. It's just that part of it is not for me, but I love the mascot of the Ice Dragon. And that's the thing, it's like, I don't, I'll see about that. So again, I don't think of it as a furry per se, because again, when we think about furries, there's a lot of stereotyping that comes with that. It's more of a mascot. When you go to like a football game, you have those mascots out there, and that's the approach that I take with this. Or a clown when they dress up, or and so forth. So I think of it more as a mascot. But I do have some ideas though, because like in the future, what I would love to do, especially for this screen in particular, I would love to have the dragon animated. So was it VTubers event, or VTubers I think is a technical term for it. Like I would love to have the dragon here actually a VTuber style of animation, so that way it'll be animated on this screen. So there are a lot of things that I want to do moving forward with this. Absolutely. No. It is LARPing. I hate to say this. I mean, I am proud of this. When it comes to LARPing, when you do operations, it is just LARPing. Because you got a dispatcher, you got a person role-playing as a dispatcher, you got one person role-playing as an engineer and yard master. So yeah, we are role-playing when it comes to ops. Just not a lot of people see it that way. But it is what it is. So collect Hot Wheels, Matchbox, cast iron cooks, cookware, oil lamps, and stamps. You said you are the collector of collections. Which is, I respect that. Again, at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you happy, go for it. Whatever makes you happy. So yeah, I'm again, my mascot, the Ice Dragon Rayron there. And again, it's more of a branding thing too, because I'm currently going through masters with business focus, and it's like I want you guys to associate the Ice Dragon with Rayron, and it's unique. And I had this particular I went to a furry artist because, like it or not, some of the best places to get artwork like this is those furry creators, especially if you're going through an animal style of mascot. I know I'm not afraid to say that, and I love how it came out. And again, it's all about the branding, all about the marketing. It's all the boring stuff when it comes to YouTube. So, yep, with that scale, yep. Boy, you are really struggling to get up that hill, aren't you? There is let me slow it down a little bit here. Number 3014 is catching on us. That's awesome, John. Yeah, I am a big fan. I don't want to say a big fan. I am more of a nerd when it comes to World War II. That's if I were to ever study history and to teach history, that period and that era is definitely something that I would teach. I would teach World War II day in, day out. It's not hoarding, it's collecting. I appreciate you guys definitely being here, socializing. You guys are awesome. And again, also to my lurkers out there, hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. You know, John, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me one little bit. Yeah, I agree, Quasimodo, and I do want to build a military train because I'm really passionate about World War II. Like, I can't wait to have like a whole bunch of flat cars, nothing but Sherman tanks. I think Patton during no Shermans. The M10 tank destroyers. The half tracks. Like, I do want a military train eventually. 5,000 books. Good God, John. Holy crap. I mean, you're a collector of collections, so that does not surprise me, but holy God. I'm gonna feel these engines real quick, make sure they're not getting hot, because they are running for almost about 3 hours now. And they are cool to the touch. Cool to the touch. Very efficient engines, very efficient motors. Yeah, I'm impressed with scale trains. I really am. Let's get you guys on the 2 camera views here. Wow. A Soviet M44. That is cool. I think out of all the rifles, I don't know if I want to say that. I have handled an M1 Grand. I have seen a Car 98. What other one? Springfield. I've handled a Springfield. Oh, it was your brother's collection. Nice. And then I've seen all the aircraft. I've been in and seen B-17s, B-24s, B-25s, the Mustang, the Spitfire, the B-29s. Like, I'm a nerd when it comes to World War II. Like, there's a new documentary out about World War II. I'm watching it. There's just something about it. It's cool to see just the turning points. All the technology came out of it. You know, the debatable atomic bomb. There's just so many cool things to learn from. Oh, wow, you collect the M1 Grands. Wow, that's cool. From the Civilian Marksmanship Program, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't necessarily fired them. I've seen other people fire them, but I haven't fired them myself. See, and that's the thing. Oh, your dad worked on planes in World War II. Do you remember what planes in particular? That's cool. What are we paying in there, Quasimodo? Ping Pong. A lot of good songs with Ping Pong. Ping Pong. Ping Pong. Do 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 do. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Ping pong. Do 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 do. Oh, so it was with a bomber. How many engines did the bomber have in the picture? Because that'll help narrow things down. I can imagine, Boxcar. Yep, I can imagine. That recoil. Yep, and the sound. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, the ping, and when the thing comes out. Yeah, of the M1 Grand. I'm tracking now. Yep. Yep, I'm tracking now. Get a nice shot here at Phoenix Point. One thing I didn't talk about is how this modular got its name. And I called it Phoenix Point because this modular, like I said, was originally a programming track and it was neglected to hell and back. And so I basically redid it, rewired it, retracked it, basically brought it back to life, aka like a Phoenix would. So that's kind of, and I called it a point because it was a junction between two trails to one. Oh, you haven't seen it? I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, John. Let's see. Wilding 1. Nice shot there of the somewhat casual train running by. Testing. I'll talk about testing range here in a second. Yeah, let me bring up this one. Oh wow, that's awesome, Boxcar. Quasimodo, it is in the works. That's actually going to be my next order. Alright, we'll get you guys kind of a rail fanning shot here. I'll eventually adjust the lighting, adjust the position of this camera a little bit so it's not focusing as much. One thing I forgot to do is set that camera on a tripod so I can scoot it back a little bit. Because this is just too close to the train that keeps adjusting like that. Okay, so one modular I haven't talked about is the one that you're seeing in front here, and I'll do this camera. So this is called the testing range modular, that's the name of it. And basically, this modular is basically my, this is my Frankenstein modular because it is literally, if I want to test a new concept when it comes to a modular, this is where I experiment on it first. I've got ties that are painted all sorts of different colors. I got different scenery techniques that I tried on this layout. I've got obviously the signal that's on there, experimenting with my modular signal system that I'm trying to do. And I've also got, you can see like magnets on that layout or on that modular. I'm experimenting with modular scenery that you just basically put a magnet on bottom of a smaller plyboard. So that way you can remove scenery and change it at will. instead of having it more permanent. So, a lot of concepts. And you can see the goofiness that is the camera train going by. But yeah, testing range is actually eventually going to be coming down. And what I'm thinking about doing is this modular is going to get replaced with a different modular that will have 2 tracks and then one left-hand turn, one right-hand turn to, again, give me access to that third rail on either side. And I think I'm still going to continue on with that idea because, again, I like the idea of having a choke point because then it makes for good... I'm not too familiar with techniques on shooting, if that's what you're asking. I just know the weapons because I did a lot of research on weaponry, especially from World War II. From the times that I have gone to the shooting range, I mean, I've only done shooting range a couple times in my life. And come to find out, I am right-handed, but I'm actually a left-hand shooter because when I try to close my left eye is more of a bum eye. I can't really close it without twitching, but I can 100% close my right eye with no problems. It's really weird. So I'm right-handed, but I'm a left-hand shooter. Oh my goodness, John. Wow. But yeah, that's the extent of my shooting. And again, I don't want I don't know if YouTube is actually going to like this conversation now that I think about it, but because they're really finicky about, weaponry and so forth, but which is crazy, but it is their platform, Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, that completely went over my head. My apologies. So I duck under. For now, eventually I need to build a swing up bridge is what I want to eventually do in the future. I just don't have the space to really do a bridge. So I have to duck under. And that's the whole reason. Let me get the camera up. So right here, you can kind of see where this camera is located is the bridge. Harbor Point, can't really see it. Where's my camera train? Nowhere near that section. I don't think I have a good shot from it. Let me think. Yeah, so you can see it from this camera. So over there is a really small, thin piece of wood that is Frankenstein together to give me the bridge. So I duck under right there. So that way I don't hit anything. With a red dot scope, I've seen red dot scopes. Yeah, that's my go-to. If I were to do shooting as a hobby, again, we talk about cost. One good red dot scope. Well, I don't know if it's good or not because I just seen it on the shelf. Is usually starting at least 150, which is crazy. That's why I like this hobby. What's it about, Train Man? So I take it, Quasimodo, it sounds like one of your hobbies is shooting. I take it, from what it sounds like. Oh man, I can only imagine, Train Man, what they find there. I can only imagine. Unfortunately, oh, it gets expensive. Like, people say that this hobby, model railroading, is expensive. It's like I always compare it to, the rifling community or the shooting community, because it gets expensive with all those ammunitions, with all the licenses, the permits you gotta get. It gets expensive. That's why I this hobby is for me, because I pay for these engines. I paid roughly $290 each, but it's like the fact that I can get so much out of them and just set them up and go around in circles. That's what I find enjoyable. It's like I used to collect and do a lot of video gaming, not video gaming, collecting trading cards, especially Pokemon. I was big into Pokemon trading card game. But the thing is, you normally need a second player. And if you don't have that second player, it just goes into a card binder and you put it away to collect dust, unfortunately. When it comes to model railroading, I can do so much more. And I've been in this hobby for about 20 years. I've been in this hobby all my life, off and on, but I am gun-ho into it now. Yeah, no, I understand that, Quasimodo. I went from California to Texas. But yeah, not going down that rabbit hole. I 100% understand your sentiment. Absolutely. I've got a lot of friends that, there's a lot of people, colleagues that are into that hobby, and they tell me all the time. It's like, I am so happy I'm into model railroading, because the only thing I got to worry about is making sure that everything's compatible with one another. But yeah, I get you loud and clear. Oh yeah, Train Man. Jericho. Okay, I'll look that up. Yeah, I'm in San Antonio. And I do a lot of content from the San Antonio Model Railroad Museum. I'm part of San Antonio Model Railroad Association. And I would say about 99% of my content right now comes from that museum. Definitely all the shorts, a lot of my videos. Because they just have the layout that's perfect for content creation. Let's see here. Wilding 4. So this camera needs some work, because I don't like the quality that it's projecting. The light is really bad. But it still gives me a 360 viewpoint of the train if I really wanted to. But I don't use this view too much, but it still gets the point across. I got some ideas for these modulars to have side supports connected to the modular itself. So that way I get these cameras a little bit closer, but not too close that it's going to be adjusting every 6 minutes. So here's a little bit better shot of that wilding corner that's actually completed, fully scenic. I gotta touch up some paint a little bit, but you can see some of the posters that I got. Hi, John. Thank you, good sir. for coming out. The master collector of all collections, I bow down to you. Have a good night. Thank you for dropping by. Let's see, we've been live for about 3.5 hours. Not too bad, definitely a record. But I am definitely, again, appreciative of all you guys being here. And the fact that we were able to hit 800 while live on stream. Again, thank you guys so much for all that support. Once I'm done here, I'll make a community post about the 800 and release another emote that you guys can take a look at. Again, just I don't want to say incentivize, but just more of, hey, if we reach this goal, this is what we can get. And then coming up, we got the psychotic, crazy, absurd, the Kerbal-like camera. Check out the guy with the UPS. I have no idea. Oh, with the UPS collection, no. I'll have to look into it. Let's see. Let's get you guys over to Harbor Point. We'll follow the camera train around a little bit. No, I'll have to look him up. Oh, the Union Pacific collection. Yes, threw it off for me. No, I'll have to check it out. Let's see. Wilding 1. Actually, we're kind of getting on Wilding 2 here. And you can kind of see the chaotic mess that is. Oh, Monster Railroad. Yes, I have subbed to him. I haven't had a chance to really check it out. Now, me personally, if he's truly a great Union Pacific collector, again, I'm completely biased when I say this. You gotta have the old brass Union Pacific chaotic engines. So Quasimodo. So what I did was testing range. Give me testing range. I had a flat car that had truck issues. It was too stiff in the connection with the base of the frame, and so it would cause one wheel to tip up and then derail in the turns. So I swapped that out and put in 2 new flat cars, and that fixed the problem. Yeah, I saw that, John. I did subscribe, and I will try. Again, I'm really busy. I'm really busy lately, just with my master's degree, with getting this stream set up. I'll try to look at it. But yeah, again, for Union Pacific collectors, really the crown jewel is those unique engines in the brass range, especially if you can get the coal turbine. The coal turbine in brass is probably the crown jewel of any UP collection, in my humble opinion, because it is hard to find or expensive to get. And his last post of engines, nice. Again, I'm not here to compete. I love the collection that I have. Each one of them is sentimental to me. And again, every collection has different rules and just different things in general. But yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. Definitely will have to check it out. Oh, he's more modern? Oh, okay. Oh, so he's gonna have a lot of EMDs. Does he have a few Centennials? Because I would consider that on the fence between transitional and modern. But yeah, I'll look into it. All right, take it easy, John. You get some rest. Have a good one. Get you guys all the cameras here. All the eye candy imaginable. Yeah, our camera train's having a little bit of lag, but it's fine. So this is a very heavily opinionated me talking here. Okay, there's a lot to talk about here, so there's a lot with that question. It is kind of both. So you have the vintage brass that is high collectible and very expensive. It's kind of the expensive end of model railroading when it comes to a true collector. There are brass models that are technically called vintage and antiques, which drives the prices freaking ridiculous. Especially lately with COVID and everything, it skyrocketed a lot because a lot of people got into the hobby because they were all locked in and so forth, and brass went fucking crazy in value. The market has been coming down a little bit, which is good. But yeah, brass is crazy. Just to give you an idea. That's the vintage side. Now, there are some modern manufacturers that have what's called hybrid models, which means they put some hybrid parts. Others, they would put like metal or a very strong plastic with their models. BLI does that a lot. They have what's called a hybrid class of models, where it's half brass, or part brass, part plastic, and so forth. And even then, they're really expensive. We're talking $700, $800, $900 type of steam engines in particular with the hybrids. And then you do have manufacturers, very limited manufacturers, that still do 100% brass. But if they do 100% brass in the modern era of DCC, the price skyrockets. Sunset, yep. NJ. So this guy right here, this is probably my favorite in my collection. This is an NJ International brass. So this is technically vintage, part of the vintage line. This is a fully colored brass HOUP gas turbine. And I actually have a video on it. You may have to go in the video category, but I have a whole video about UP number 80. So yeah, all those are technically vintage. I think there's a brass model maker called Division Point that makes that gas turbine in modern day brass with DCC sound, the whole 9 yards, but it's like $5,000, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And that's why I've been begging scale trains. Like, eventually this gas turbine, coal turbine, I'm going to convert to DCC, but it won't be near as nice as what scale trains can do, like what they did with that gas turbine. And I've been begging them, pleading with them, every suggestion that I can make, try to make the coal turbine from UP. Yeah, and then the other brass, I only have like 3 brass engines. I've got the coal turbine, and I got this one. Now I don't know what model. This didn't come in the original box, but this is my other brass. This is the double header UP engine that they had. This is all in theory, but they never made it because they went to the Gas 1 series of turbines, and then they went to the Veranda and then the Big Blow and so forth. But this was the original concept for the turbines. But this is the other one that I have in brass. Okay, so this one is from Japan. It is a KMT brass engine. So that's what this one is. Oh, that's it's Korea as well. Korea model trains made in Japan. Could be wrong about that. Oh, I showed Artie this engine. Yeah. When Artie, matter of fact, you guys probably didn't see it, because I think I showed Artie when he did his 24-hour stream, and you can't see that VOD anymore, unfortunately. That was such a fun stream, that 24-hour stream. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, I love my Union Pacific. If you guys haven't noticed, my whole collection, my whole trains, my whole rules of model railroading, because I can go crazy nuts with money and with all this stuff, but I focus generally on Union Pacific transitional era, and I typically collect the Union Pacific family tree when it comes to this railroad. So I'll collect Union Pacific, Missouri Pacific, or MOPAC, Chicago Northwestern, MKT, or MKT, Texas and Pacific, Western Pacific, Southern Pacific, Denver Rio Grande, and anything else that, that whole family tree I collect. But now, the one thing you won't typically see on my layout is modern. I have a few modern things, but I'm not necessarily a fan of modern. That's just because I can go out and drive literally 5 minutes and I'll see all the modern trains. I like to run things that don't exist anymore because I like them better, especially when it comes to this stuff. Wonderfully smaller. That's a great quote. I was really happy that I was a part of that stream, and I wasn't planning to stay as long as I did. Like at the tail end of it, I told Artie that I was on stream that I couldn't pass 1 hour, and then when he said he was going to take that break, it's like, okay, I can survive another hour until you get back, and then I had to bounce because I had family stuff to do. But I love Artie's channel. In fact, let me see if I can find it here. But yeah, I'm a big fan. It's all good. That competitive rivalry of the Class 1 railroads. That's awesome. That's the thing. It's like modern UP. I don't know. Like I said, everything just looks okay. Take this with a grain of salt, but when it comes to modern, everything just looks the same, and that's another thing that I can't stand about modern. Now, I mean, there's some few caveats, but it's like everyone's got the -9. Everyone has some variant of oh, what the heck do they call those freaking engines? EMDs, whatever, I can't even remember all of them, but they all look the same to me. Like, when it comes to modern, I usually do the, oh my goodness, I am drawing blanks left and right. I'm getting tired. That's kind of where I'm at. The most modern engine that I'll have is typically the SD70 ACEs, like these ones. Like this is the George W. Bush one. So I'll get modern engines like this. The only modern engine I do like is the Aces. This is something about it that looks really nice. But when it comes to like the Dash 9s, I typically like Norfolk Southern's design. Great point, Boxcar. So the interesting thing is that when it comes to the UP family tree, I've only gone like one layer down of the family tree, 2 if I'm lucky, but we're talking about 3 and 4 to levels that you're talking about. Yeah, I got work to do. Like, I may have some freight cars that are that, but I've got a lot of work to do on that front, so. But I got a lot, like I said, I still got to build out the main big ones that UP bought. Like, I'm working on MKD and Chicago Northwestern right now. And then eventually I do want to get into those other ones. Oh, nice train, man. Through the Sierra Mountains. I've been through Tehachapi Loop. Yeah, I've been there. And on this channel, when you look at the train show sections of, I think I recorded driving through Tehachapi Loop on my... Hang on, now that's got me. I've been through the Tehachapi Loop train layout. And in fact, there's another YouTuber, Lynn McCurdy, and the High Desert Modular Model Railroad, that YouTube channel. He lives near that area. And I actually met him at the Tehachapi Loop train show. And I'll link you guys that train show. It was like my first train show I ever recorded for the channel. So let me grab that video real quick. And those 6 subscribers unsubscribed. Oh no. So we're back at 792. I got the screenshot for 800. It's all good. Okay, most of my locomotive SD60. Yep. Oh yeah, the North Platte facility. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing that I adore about Union Pacific. And I know Norfolk Southern and other railroads do it too, but they got the big boy restored, and they just donated the 3985 Challenger and the 5511 Steamer. And that's one news I forgot to do on this stream, which I'll probably do it next stream. I'll save it for next stream, but you know, we're gonna have 3 more steam engines from the Union Pacific heritage on the rail soon. It's crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about. Tehachapi Loop. That's what I got distracted with the 792. It's like, oh no, it's fine. It is all good. Videos. No, I need to go back to home, train shows, and then Tehachapi. Let's see, Tehachapi. Was it Tehachapi? Should have been. Why am I not seeing it? Please hold. I'll find it. I just have to dig back a little bit. Because that was about a year ago, so a lot has happened since then. Let's see. Bakersfield. No. Bakersfield happened after Tehachapi. Let's see. There it is. Wow, it's way, way back. Alright, so this was my Tehachapi. I'm curious if I... No, I didn't capture that. That's fine. I thought I did, but yeah, we're talking about Tehachapi, and that's the Tehachapi show video that I did when the train show was there. And you will also see one Lynn McCurdy. And I obviously did a haul video on it, but a Dragons vlog, that's no longer a thing. I call it just a train shows now. And, Ray Ron Presents, Dragon Presents, and so forth, but that's when I had a very cheap phone and a very cheap gimbal. Like, you want to talk about bare budget recording? That was the video. That was, man, that brings back so many memories. The early days. Because like I said, I've been in this hobby for about 20, but I really got serious with content creation with model railroading about a year ago. Is when I really got serious. Good times, good times. Alright, yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and start wrapping things up here, so... let's go ahead and bring the Chicago Northwestern in for the final time here. It is getting late. I know it's 12:30 on the East Coast, 11:30 here. But I'm starting to feel it. This is the longest stream we've had so far. A lot of great new things to show. And then talk about some admin things. Again, the next episode will be the Icey Railway Podcast. I'm retiring the Icey Station podcast, but bringing it into this format as far as a section. So if we need to talk about new things, releases, and so forth, it'll be incorporated into this one simple podcast. Again, I stream once a week on Fridays. I release 3 shorts a day, and I try to do at least 1 video a week. So that's kind of my streaming, that's my content creation schedule. And, well, we were 800. Again, 6 people unsubscribed. and we're back at 792, which is fine. We'll make it up. I'm not concerned about it. We got the snapshot that we were at 800, so that's really all that matters. So with that, guys, thank you so much for everything, and onward and upward, and we'll be here having fun running trains. Again, life is short. Let's just run some trains. So with the guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.